What up, welcome to the Golden SAI, brand new secondary weapon unlocked in the Numbers event for Black Ops Cold War and Warzone. Today's video I'm going to show you the stats, what it's good for and why this is actually not a bad secondary, especially in Warzone, taking advantage of the silent tactical sprint trick. I'll be answering every single comment on this video. Make sure you drop a question down below and I'll be sure to answer. These are the guides to getting it gold, as it's a little bit tricky until you know how, and a few tricks up your sleeve can get this gun gold nice and quick. If you enjoyed the video and learned something new, why not drop a like and maybe subscribe for more. Plenty of videos on Black Ops Cold War, Warzone, and of course Vanguard coming up. My name is Gaaba. Let's get right into the guide. So there are 3 timestamps on the screen right now. The first is a brief overview of how to unlock the SAI, then what it's good for, the stats and so on, and lastly the timestamp for how to unlock this gun gold. All of the challenges will be featured in today's video, a brief overview of how to get each of those challenges done to get it gold ASAP. So briefly, how to unlock it is quite easy in Warzone during the Numbers event. This is a limited time event. I'm sorry if you've not had a chance to do it. You jump onto Warzone and you see these things on the minimap. It has to be the regular Warzone, not Plunder. It has to be Warzone. Fly around the map or drive if you can. You haven't got to do this in one game, you can do it in multiple. Just go up close enough to these towers here. You'll see this appear on your screen. Once you see it, you'll see this pop up saying you've unlocked it, then you can fly or drive away. You do not have to be in the area for very, very long. If they appear red on the minimap, it means nobody has pressed action on these towers here. If you're the first to do so in Warzone, you get some cash, which is great. If you're not the first, you'll just hear this on screen and you can fly away, drive away to the next one and do the rounds. On the left of the minimap, you'll see a tally of what you've achieved so far. All you've got to do is listen to just a few seconds of the announcement and move on. After doing all 9, you've unlocked the challenge, you've got yourself loads of calling cards and emblems, etc. And of course, lastly, the SAI to use in Black Ops Cold War and in Warzone. So now you've got it unlocked, what is the SAI good for? Why would you take this into a gunfight? In Black Ops Cold War, this is seemingly the fastest weapon I can actually test in the game so far. You swap to this weapon and crouch walk. Look at the difference in speed, even versus the original knife. Much, much faster. You can run and jump and slide to actually improve this speed by another few percentage or so. Really, really good weapon for that. So it isn't just speed. It is actually speed of killing. It is an instant kill in the back of an enemy, so you can creep up on enemies pretty quickly. This has a unique feature where you can run, jump and stab the air and you'll move forward slightly faster. You'll actually slow down briefly when you land, so bear that in mind if you're in danger, want to jump out of the way, give it a try. It's almost like sliding in the air. It's really quite cool. It does not affect a 50-meter run and sprint. It makes no difference over the course of 50 meters, but it may help in the kind of short term where you need to sprint into a room or something, or even catch up with someone running away from you. Naturally, any touch of anyone's backside, you're stabbing it and you're killing them in one shot. The one place, however, you wish you can get a one-shot kill would be the front, of course, but sadly not. Even if you're getting shot in the face, you're still going to have to slap them twice. Even on the side of the body, it is only on the rear where you ever get a one-hit kill. One really weird quirk about this weapon is you cannot stab people while you're gassed by a gas grenade. Look at this, I run in the room, I cannot do a single thing except for die, which is fantastic news. So please, if you see things with engineer on, avoid those gas grenades because you are worthless around those. So the SAI has an incredible reach. Here it is in slow motion on Nuketown. It even grabs him kind of over the fence here. I'll just pause it here. This is the range. It's quite a long distance, probably about 2 and a bit meters. And of course it zooms in as he's walking away, so please take advantage of that. If you do run into a room, you don't see anyone because of the smoke or you're blind, just slashing and gashing, you're going to home in on someone as long as you're facing them directly within the same room as someone. It really is quite a cool weapon to use. So the following clip is against a bot. It's how you can kill them when you're actually facing someone. Here it is in slow motion. Run and jump in the air to get the little boost while actually passing them. Turn to stab them in the rear. Little technique I've learned to try and get a few more kills when people are facing you. Just get some side stabs. And every now and again you'll get a little rear ender. Awesome. But what about Warzone? How does it perform in that game? Look in the top left corner. That is Black Ops Cold War crouch walking compared to crouch walking down below in Warzone. Quite a lot slower. It's in fact 50% slower, but only 10% faster than walking with a pistol. So no benefits in using the SAI for this movement speed. I thought I'd try out the sprint stab method on this 50-meter strip. It does nothing, no difference. You might as well sprint normally, but it is 13% faster than a normal pistol. But what is really weird about this weapon in Warzone is the tactical sprint. Listen to the Mach 10. We all know what tactical sprint sounds like. It's pretty loud. But now listen to what happens when you run with the SAI. Notice how you only make a footstep sound once every second. It's kind of like a baby dead silence, so really unique. I've never seen that in a Warzone weapon. Let me know what you think of that down in the comments. Damage wise, it's a bit inconsistent, but what I've noticed, it's 135 damage to the front of the body, but 100 to the rear. This also affects the limbs as well, 100 damage to the limbs. Of course, this is quite a fast melee weapon. It goes up against the Kali sticks, but it has got one benefit being it's a lot quieter. If you look in the background, you see the melee speed a little bit slower than the Kali sticks, but it does have advantages of silence. Of course, every other footstep working. It's quite an unusual method. Maybe it's a bug, I don't know, but it's been across multiple games, so maybe they've included that on purpose. But looking in the background, you see it takes down people pretty quickly. I was able to navigate the building without really being seen which window I'm coming out of. I mean, my sound is pretty distorted by only every 5th footstep actually making a sound. See the guy in the toilet there just waiting. He couldn't see which room I was coming from, and I waited for him to come back through the window. Quite easy, take him down. So let's move on how to get this thing gold already. We want to get it gold, diamond, and of course dark matter. So the first thing to do is to jump into plunder and level this thing up as quick as possible doing supply run contracts with a double weapon XP token. Get it to at least level 15, maybe up to level 20. That should be 1 hour's worth of double weapon XP doing the supply runs. Just hold the weapon, run up and finish the supply run. This will level the weapon up pretty much straight away. And if you complete these missions in the last 3 minutes of plunder, there's overtime where you get you get 50% extra XP, leveling up weapons really fast. This will get you to at least where the finishing moves kick in, the challenges for that, or the challenges for kills while injured. You want to get these ones unlocked as quick as possible so your KD does not literally sky dive down into the ground. Okay, so you can either level the weapon up all the way to the top, that's level 30 and above, but I actually finished it around here, around sort of 15 to 20, unlocked enough missions for me to use the weapon and work towards the camouflages, as well as leveling the weapon at the same time. So, starting with spray, this camo here, of course, it just kills, it is only 75, ignore that. The backstabber medals, most of your kills are going to be in the rear anyway, so just ignore this challenge once again. The next one, though, of course, is the finishing moves. I did not get this in Nuketown, but instead I got this in Demolition. This game mode is quiet and crazy how players are playing it really weird to unlock this weapon within Black Ops Cold War. So you're finding players standing around playing the game abnormal, rushing and literally killing themselves on the on the bomb sites, just standing there. So you could easily execute some finishing moves. If you don't want to play Demolition, I suggest you play Zoo. Zoo 24/7 is currently live, and I find this map is perfect for using melee weapons. There are plenty of walls to hide behind as people run past you. It is quite literally the best map, I believe, in the game for melee weapon kills. So certainly recommend using this map. If you need to wait around a corner for someone to run past you, certainly do the finishing moves on them just then. You need to be away from your teammates and away from their teammates, so kind of hang around the corners of the map will probably be the best option for that. Moving down to the geometric, these ones are kills while injured. 50 of them is quite a lot. This was one of the last ones to unlock, and I boosted it by playing hardcore and running over my own Molotov. Just over the corner here, and you'll be down into the red health. Anyone you kill at this point, from now on, will count towards this mission. Really is quite cool, and in softcore, you really have to be lucky that you're not killed. You pretty much need to be in red health, so that's below at least 50 health to get any kills from this, and most of your kills are going to be from the rear anyway. Kind of difficult to do, so if you really are struggling by the end of this whole camo grind, I suggest you play hardcore to boost this one. You will get this over time anyway, as you know, so to boost it, if it's the last one you need to be done, play hardcore with a Molotov. Next up is the Flora, and this is by killing and sliding, so quite difficult. You're going to have to run and slide up to people and stab them in the rear, because if you run and slide into their front, you won't be killing them, therefore working towards this challenge, unfortunately. Unless you slide past them and shoot them in the rear, or stab them in the rear, very difficult. So you're going to have to rush up behind players, run and slide into them to catch up using this jump slide technique, and eventually you'll catch up with them running dead silence, and of course you're going to get the stab in the rear. Up next would be Science. These kills are with stuns, flashbangs, or like smoke, and I found most of them easiest by smoke. If I'm chasing someone, I can throw the smoke to where they're going and stab them in the rear. Of course, Nuketown is a great place to get lots and lots of kills for this weapon. Throw smoke across the map and run through it. I'm going to have a class at the end of the video to show you guys more about what class you should be running with this weapon. So the smoke was probably the easiest one, as quite commonly people who are stunned will just turn and shoot you anyway. Flashes, I don't suggest that either, because you can end up damaging yourself. Plus, most people are using perk greed and using tactical grenades anyway, tactical mask, sorry. So use smoke, because no one's immune to that, and it's quite a forgiving radius of smoke. So throw it into rooms, run in there, slashing and gashing, and you should be good to go. I got this one on Nuketown right in the middle of the map. As you can see in the background, I threw it in between the buses, laid down, stab a few people that run past me, easy. And lastly, down the bottom here, we need to get multi-kills. Again, this is on Nuketown. Get across the map into the opposite house. Wait for people to run past you at the top of the stairs, and you stab, and away you go. This clip is a perfect example. People don't even look up the stairs in their own spawn. It's quite easy, so make sure you take advantage of this, of enemies facing away from you. It's quite a lot of multi-kills. It is also the last thing you unlock. It's only 25 really, but you do need to have the weapon level 30 and above to unlock this particular challenge. So let's move on now into the classes to run. So on screen is the setup I was running on Zoo 24/7 and on Demolition. This is to unlock the slide kills, the kills from the rear, I'd imagine, and assassination kills. This really does help you catch up with other players. Running the Ghost and the Ninja, naturally, Tracker really helps out. One thing you can do is actually hurt people before you run into a room with a Semtex, and then it's just a one-hit kill from there. Hopefully you'll be sliding into a room, because it is your second stab, you will not be sliding. So that's the thing about that one. This is first class. It's the Ghost and the Ninja that changes. And if you're playing a lot of Nuketown, you change the stun grenade into a smoke. And you could try running cold-blooded. It means your name badge does not show up in the smoke. Really helps you get across the map. Most of today's clips and videos were on Nuketown 12 versus 12, but of course Nuketown is back to 6 versus 6, and I find it so much easier to get across the map. Let me show you on screen now. This is how I was throwing smoke to get across the map into the opposite building. Yes, I would die an absolute ton, but try the jump, shoot, slide option. Get across the map nice and quick, get up the stairs and wait for some people to run past you. Get a multi-kill, those looking out the window, those looking across your map. It's worth getting at least 2 kills, then back to your spawn again, because there is no streak challenges for this gold camouflage unlock. So that is going to be the class setup I would run for, oh no, tell a lie, Engineer comes off and on goes Flak Jacket. That is the class setup for Nuketown, and that is for pure kills, multi-kills, kills in the back, and the odd sliding kill as well. Everything except for the assassinations. So that is my gold gun guide. I hope you enjoyed the video. My name's Gaaba. Subscribe for more. Plenty of videos for Warzone, Black Ops Cold War, and Vanguard coming up. You take care. Any questions, I will be replying to every single comment on this video. You take care, guys.